Do you have dry and dull skin? Well, we have the solution for you. With Indira Skincare's facial oils, you can strengthen your skin's barrier to trap moisture and hydrate your skin to reveal a beautiful and natural glow. And when I say glow, honey, I mean glow. Also, there's the vibrating pink jade face roller that is used to stimulate facial oil absorption while reducing fine lines and wrinkles with an extension to depuff and reduce dark circles under your eyes. Endura Skincare is not only here to reveal your natural glow, we are here to help our community. As you know, I lost my best friend Maciel due to domestic violence back in April, which inspired me to help women in similar situations through a nonprofit organization, Her Justice. Her Justice stands with women living in poverty in New York City by recruiting and mentoring volunteer lawyers to provide free legal help to address issues such as individual and systemic legal barriers. Unlike Maciel, their clients, about 80% of them, whom are survivors of intimate partner violence, have urgent legal needs in the areas of family, matrimonial, and immigration law. By engaging in advocacy, partnering with community-based organizations, and leveraging the pro bono power, Her Justice is working to close that gap to access to justice, particularly for survivors of intimate partner violence and gender-based violence. Now, Maciel loved the rose formula and used it daily on her face and her body, okay? Proceeds from the purchase of the rose formula will go to Her Justice to help fight injustices placed against women. With every purchase of the rose formula, you will be supporting women who are struggling in so many ways. This is my way from Masi to give back in spirit. So I want you to go to enduraskincare.com to make your purchase today. And you also can find out more information about how you can support Her Justice. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Where Did I Put My Glasses? I am your host, Carmen, and I am back with the CEO of Wind Down Media, Zach. she is
Hey.
the She is the host of Wind Down Wednesdays on Instagram and YouTube and co-host of 20's Hour Pod on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and Google Podcasts. I am so grateful for having you back on this show. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm great. How are you?
You know what? I am good. I feel like this month has went by faster than I wanted it to.
Girl, tell me about it. It seems like ever since the pandemic, time has just literally been flying past.
Yes, and you know what's so crazy? Because October is always the longest month. Don't you notice that October's like October? It's like November, December, January, February. It goes by so quick.
October. I love that.
It is, right? If you notice and you
Not it.
enjoy the fall in October,
Yeah.
and then everything just flies by and it's March.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's really crazy. But this year, I feel like October like started and then it was Halloween. I swear.
Oh, I'm not even gonna talk about Halloween because I go all out every year, and I half-assed it this year. I was kind of sad about Halloween.
What'd you dress up as?
I didn't. I was a fallen angel, but I didn't get my makeup finished. I was. It was the exams, so I had
Oh,
no
okay.
time to
I
do for
understand.
all of you who are following the Instagram live. As you know, I was taking my core competencies exam, and it took up 94% of my life. So
Oh my God.
I
Girl.
barely got through Halloween.
So how's the fall treating you over there on the East Coast?
So the fall is treating me pretty good so far. It's definitely getting kind of cold. But I really love this time of year. It's my favorite time of year. I actually love that I get to stay in the house more and just relax and, catch up on some self-care. So yeah, overall it's been good. I can't complain. How about for you?
It's pretty good. I moved in the summer. I moved over to the Bay, and like everybody's outside. We outside, and I don't want to be. I want to be inside. I do. I like inside, but it's hard because coming here, the sense of community is great. Like I won't
Hmm.
lie, in the Bay, people are friendly.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to connect, and
Mhm.
not just connect and have fun, but also connect and provide resources.
Yeah.
It's a great place for connections. It is
Hmm.
definitely a great place for connection, and a lot of Black-owned businesses.
Oh wow. I actually don't really know much about Cali, but um where were you originally?
So I was on the Central Coast, and I complain about that a lot. Which I actually this week I just went back to the Central Coast, and I won't lie, I kind of miss it
Aw.
because it's beautiful. You're right on the water. You're right on the ocean. It's
Hmm.
calm. It's like little town America.
Hmm.
It's so calm. My door was open the whole year that I lived there. I don't think I locked my door.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah, like it was like a cute little town. Like it looked
Yeah.
like a little toy town, but it was cute. Even downtown, when my friends would come and visit, and they would go downtown, they're like, "This kind of looks like a movie set."
Living in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood over there.
Yeah, it did, but it was beautiful and it was peaceful. It was just the
Hmm.
racism I couldn't deal with.
Oh gosh, girl. It seems like we can't escape that.
Yeah, no matter what. But the thing is, with the Bay, is so inclusive, even though it's gentrified. It's
Mm-hmm.
gentrified, heavily gentrified, but it's not gentrified where it's just like all the white people are coming. No,
Yeah.
because out here, Black people are just as successful as white people, Hispanics,
Uh-huh.
Filipino. Everyone's doing well.
Oh,
So
I
it's
love
not
that.
about white or Black. It's about the well-to-dos are moving in, and the not so well-to-dos are moving out, and
Yeah.
it looks like it's a race thing only because Oakland was a predominantly Black area.
Mm.
And
Okay.
so now it's more well, Black and Filipino.
Yeah.
And now it's becoming more of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the poor people, it's not that they're poor, it's just their homes and their houses have been passed down from generation to generations. Like
Yeah.
and they're not able to keep up with the homes, keep up with the because they don't have the resources or may not have the education to get the jobs that they want, and they're being pushed out.
Yeah, and it sounds like all like different people from different races, different places are who like, are doing well for themselves. Those are the people that are moving in. It's not just white people is what I'm hearing. It's like
Yes.
all types of people, which I mean I feel like is a good thing. So,
Yes.
and that revitalizes the area because it sounds like a very thriving area from what you're describing.
No, it is. It is. I won't lie. I mean, there are some areas you're like, ooh, and the car breaking. San Fran,
Hmm.
same. San Fran is the same. San Fran and
Yeah.
Oakland is like, hide your car. Like, you might want to tape it up. Like, go inside the restaurant, tape up your windows, pretend it's already been bipped
Girl.
because they are bipping the cars, okay? Don't leave a charger, a pencil, nothing.
Mm-mm.
Nothing. They are
Girl.
trying to get it. That's the only thing about the Bay. But over here, it's beautiful. The sun is shining.
Hmm.
It's beautiful.
That's
I
great.
can't complain. So before we get into the topic, please tell the people about your upcoming event on Thanksgiving Eve and
All right,
habits
no
of purchase
problem.
those tickets.
Yes, so the event is actually like I'm kind of just collaborating to help promote. And it's basically a pre-Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Eve party. Thanksgiving Eve is like one of the biggest party days of the year in like everybody's neighborhood, I feel like, because everybody comes back home. And so
Mm.
people are in town and people are always looking for a vibe, something to do, someplace to go before they bust their guts the next day on Thanksgiving. So So I've collaborated with one group, powered by one group, and they are the ones who this is their whole event, and they do a lot of events around the city of Philadelphia, and they also come out to LA, I believe, sometimes. And the name of their event is called Let's Toast, and basically, like, it's a grown and sexy type of event. Most of a crowd that they attract is like people in their mid to late 20s, early 30s, single, who are just looking to have a good time, people who have, careers going for themselves. So yeah, I'm really excited to help them promote their event. I've attended many of their events and it's always a vibe. And you can purchase the tickets by going to the link in my bio. And I believe that ladies are free before 11 p.m. And then right now tickets should be $20. So it's really not bad. And
No.
especially for the vibe that they're curating there, it's definitely going to be a movie.
Well, y'all hear that? If you're in Philly or the surrounding areas, y'all better get your tickets. That does sound like a good time.
Yeah, it's
If I
fun.
was going back home at Thanksgiving, I would definitely go. But I'm not
Yes.
going. I don't feel like being cold with y'all.
Girl, I don't blame you.
So make sure you guys go to Wind Down Wednesdays on Instagram and click that link in her bio so you can get those tickets if you're in Philly or the surrounding areas, because it sounds like it's about to be a situation.
Yes, come on down.
So now, if you tune into Tequila Tuesdays on Instagram Live, and which I won't lie, I was a little nervous to do, Zach. I was. A lady that I met, she was like, your personality, because I don't know if you know, Where Did I Put My Glasses was supposed to be about my stories in life.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up making it more about all of you that I get to meet.
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted me to do that because I love tequila. Unfortunately, fortunately. And what way to talk about things, especially with our friend Cincy, because she's silly. So I started doing that, and I won't lie, even though, with the lives, they're hit and miss with the amount of people that come on. But when people go back and watch the reels, it drives in people to your podcast. Who knew?
Yeah, it really does.
Who knew?
Yeah.
So that really helped me out there. So if you tune into Tequila Tuesday, the Instagram Live, you know I've been attempting to get back in this dating scene.
Oh boy.
And I've been discussing my roses and my thorns of dating in today's world, and it's not pretty. The dating pool got a little bit of pee in it.
Oof, a little bit, child.
And Zach has been dating as well in experiences on social media. I like your TikToks because your facial expression your facial expressions tell it all. But on your social media platforms, and how's dating life for you in Philly? Because in the Bay, like I told you, I got pee in it. So how's it over there?
Girl, you saying that in the Bay got pee in it? I'm saying that over here in Philly, it's a pool filled with piss. Not that it got pee in it. It's just the pool with piss in it. Like the whole thing is piss. But seriously though, I feel like I initially after college moved to South Jersey, and I was living in South Jersey for about 4 years almost, which went by really fast. But that area is very, very slow. So I knew that I didn't want to stay there. I was single. I wanted to be in a more thriving area where I could meet people, not only for relationship purposes, but friendship, networking, things like that. So Philly is really close by. So I decided to move out here. And honestly, when I thought about moving out here, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. My dating life is going to be so much better. I'm going to be meeting guys left, right, and center. I'm going to be fucking Carrie Bradshaw on Sex and the City. And then I got here and I realized that it's not the location. It's just that I think overall dating has become so hard. And I'm sure we'll get into our different reasons as to why we think that is. But to answer your question, it's been rough. It's been rough, girl.
To piggyback off of what you said, I thought the same too, because when I was living in Paso, I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
dating because it was like a really hick town,
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
the guy, and I respond to your tickets on Instagram, your questions. Look at me, showing I'm 30. Yes, I'm old, y'all. I said tickets. Her Instagram questions, okay? But I respond to them. And it's not. Please don't roast me, guys. I date a lot of white men, and it's not because I don't like black men. It's because when I'm out, the black men are looking at my white friends. They're not looking at me. They're saying, "Excuse me, Queen, can you tell me?" You remember what movie was that? Can you introduce me to this Milk of Magnesia? You remember that movie with Damon?
Girl, I don't know what movie, but that is freaking hilarious.
It's with the Wayans brothers. It's oh my gosh, it
Oh,
was like
white chicks.
when I'm out, and so most of the men that I attract are
Yeah.
white men or other, right?
Yeah.
Not really Hispanic men. Hispanic men are mostly dating white women also. So it's mostly like in California.
Yeah.
So most black women out here, from what I see, date mostly white men.
Wow.
I haven't really seen like that. I do have black friends who have black husbands, black husbands, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, black love, that's what I want. But
Right.
then nope, it's only Brad looking for me. It's never a black man looking at me. So when I was in Paso, I was like, okay, I'm moving to the Bay. I'm gonna meet me a fine black man, and da, 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 da. I got out here, girl. Only two black men try to into those.
My gosh.
Yeah, they don't want me here either.
But girl, it's so funny because it's the same. It seems to be like that's a common trend everywhere, though. Like, unfortunately, it's like there are so many black women who are saying that, like, black men don't be approaching me. Like, it usually be they're either trying to approach my non-black or lighter skinned friends. They're not really checking for me. So a lot of us do feel like, if I want to date somebody or if I want to potentially get into a relationship, I kind of have to open up my horizons, which for a lot of black women initially can be really hard.
Well, I've been fortunate enough, I will say, for the most part, my life has been diverse because my family is a diverse family. And I have been able to have friends and partners of all walks of life. So it's not hard for me to date white men because I'm used to them. I'm more used to dating white men than I am used to dating black men. And I know that's weird to say.
No, that's not weird, girl. Fuck whoever says that, because that's your experience,
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes I am attacked by it. I'm not attacked in a bad way, just I've met some people out here who don't understand it, and they're confused as to why. And it's like, because they don't, it's not that I don't want to, it's just they're not checking for me.
Right.
And the ones who are checking for me is like Stay Low, G540, and sir, I'm about to, I can't talk to you YMB Freaky Tie 0. I'm not.
Girl, I'm crying. No, sir, you're actually not really my type.
Yeah, like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, sir. And then all their 20, 21, 22 is like, you're a baby. When you was born, I was in middle school. It's not gonna work,
Yeah.
How? Give me some roses and some thorns, because I do discuss the roses and thorns on Tequila Tuesday. I want to hear a nice rose
of dating.
Yeah. So. Oh, the fact that you can't even think of a rose makes me sad.
I mean, I guess, okay, so I'm gonna put it like this, right? I have a cousin. He's still alive. I don't know why I said had. My cousin, he's a bit older than me. I would say he's in his 30 plus, and he has been single for a long time, and he finally got into a relationship. And I was expressing my frustrations to him the other day about dating. And he was just like, well, just enjoy it, you know? And I kind of got frustrated when he said that, because I don't know if it's just me and my experiences, but to me, the whole process of dating is not fun to me anymore. And I think it's because of the fact that, like, you know, I'm meeting so many unintentional men. I'm meeting guys who nobody wants to be serious. I'm meeting people who don't know how to communicate. And then let's not forget that, like, men kind of set the tone and steer the way things go. And for them, I think it's fun. Yeah, you're on the dating scene. You're a guy. You're good looking. You know, you have money. But you kind of can have fun and have your pick of the crop. But as a woman, you know, no matter how beautiful or how many things you have going for yourself, to me it just seems like it's just rough. Like, unless you meet a guy who really wants to settle down and really is intentional and really wants to do the things that you're looking for and someone you want to date, is kind of just a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah. Yeah. For the most part, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's mostly thorns. You're right. But I feel like for me, the roses in dating is experience, meeting new people. I love to meet new people. So even if it doesn't work out, at least I met someone that was kind of cool. Like, sometimes the dates are kind of fun, and it's just like, oh, it's not gonna work, but I had a good time.
Yeah.
But I think
that's
it
true.
lets me know what I want and what I don't want.
True. Yeah. Very true.
It helps me check off those boxes, kind of. And I know that's a weird rose to have, but it does help me, because in my early 20s, the reason why I'm dating late, I was I've always been in long relationships, so I never really got to date.
Yeah.
So I never knew what I wanted. I ended up with the same person because I never dated, you know? So I feel like the rose now in my big old age is knowing what I don't and do not want.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. And you know what? I will add also that I guess a rose for me personally is, I guess, okay, so dating is rough, but me being single is not terrible. You know what I want to say? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
I feel like a lot of people make it seem like, oh my God, you're single, you're miserable. No, that's not the case for me, especially at this point in my life where I've gotten so comfortable being independent and being single, and, you know, being able to pick up and go and, you know, do my own thing and, you know, take myself out on dates. I've learned to love myself and enjoy my own company. So I guess in a weird way, that's also a rose for me.
It definitely is, because, like, my independence, I find it weird, like, when my friends are in relationships, like, oh, I have to ask my husband. I'm like, oh, ooh. Like, you know, like it's kind of awful. It's like, girl, then don't come. Like, I'll you know, we'll talk later. If you got to ask a whole grown ass person, can you do something? Now, if you have kids, now I get it, because it's like, okay, who going to tend to these cubs? You know, I get it.
Yeah.
But and most of the time, mommies are a little, you know, they don't really want nobody around their cubs, and I get it. So. But when you don't have any children, you're like, oh, I gotta ask. Oh, that's weird. So I get that. I get that. I like that. I like my independence. I like being able to do what I want.
Yeah, and it's not to say, like, because, you know, it's a difference between communicating with your partner and then having to ask for permission. So, like, I totally get that. Like, that would throw me off if I had a friend who was in a relationship and was like, oh yeah, I have to ask. It's like, and that's not the type of relationship I would ever want to be in, where I have to ask for permission to do those things. Like, no, I'm going to communicate with you, but I'm going.
Yeah, like, I'm just like a job. Like, I know I requested vacation. I'm just letting you know it's not a request. I'm going.
PTO stand for prepare the others, okay? Because I'm not going to be here.
I'm not going to be here. But I wanted to, you know, extend the common courtesy and let you know that these days, So it's kind of like that.
Yeah, girl.
Are you using any like dating platforms? Like the
Oh, girl, you know I am. So I've literally been on probably every dating app there is to be on. Okay. So I've been
Okay.
on Tinder. I've been on BLK. I've been
What's
on
BLK?
Hinge. BLK is kind of like Tinder or Hinge or Bumble, but for black people, I guess. Black people. Think of black people meet, but in the form of like Tinder.
Okay. Okay.
So I've been on the League. I've been on like everything. I've done them all.
The league.
Cupid.com. Yeah, the League is like allegedly supposed to be like dating elite dating service or something like that for you to meet rich men or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Girl,
Okay.
I've been on it all. So I found that I'm stuck in this weird relationship with dating apps because I'll download them and like I'll be on it for like maybe a month or a couple weeks and I'll be swiping, match with a couple people, or excuse me, match with a bunch of people, but then like out of all of those matches, I probably walk away with like one good conversation, maybe two
Mm.
dates, and then still in the end nothing. And then I delete it. And then I'm like stuck in like a month to a couple week phase where I'm like, damn, well, I've deleted the dating app. People don't talk to me in real life, and I don't talk to people in real life. I don't really go out like that. Where the hell am I going to meet someone? So then I'm back at square one and I re-download the app and the cycle begins
It's
again.
a perpetual cycle. Delete, undelete, delete,
Yes,
undelete.
I'm stuck in this cycle, this vicious, never-ending cycle.
I hate it. See, I've done so when I was in on the Central Coast, I did seeking.com. I
Okay.
don't know if you ever heard of that one.
Yeah, I've done that one too.
Yeah, because it's the sugar. Yes, I was a sugar baby. I don't care, and I don't
Period.
care if anybody wanna if y'all got something to say. So I got a lot of
Exactly.
nice things out of it, and I'm
Yes.
proud of it. Okay, that's what they signed up for. They signed up. They went on there,
Mm-hmm.
signed up to be a sugar daddy, and looked for me and came for me. So don't come for me.
Period.
Okay.
Exactly. I know
I
that's
did
right.
that, but I've been doing Hinge. Have you heard of the Hinge one?
Yeah, I've heard of Hinge.
Because Tinder, I won't lie, I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm just too old for Tinder, and I know I'm only 36 or whatever the case may
Mm-hmm.
be, only or too old. I don't know because they call my younger years the late 1900s. So I'm like, okay,
I
well, I guess
can't.
I'm old if you can refer to my younger years as the late 1900s, but but the Tinder is like if you do exchange, like the conversation to be good, then you exchange numbers and then there's a dick in your phone. You get a
Girl.
dick, an unsolicited dick
Yeah.
in your phone.
Mm.
So I
Mm.
save them and send them back. Like if you send me one, I'm gonna send you someone else's dick. Because and just like you didn't want that, I didn't want that. So now
Nah,
we're
that's
both
hilarious.
uncomfortable.
That is fucking hilarious. That's a good rule of thumb. I'm about to start doing that. But with Tinder, for me personally, I feel like when I first started using it, it was definitely like that. But and I think that they've realized that their app has become almost like a hookup app that they're trying to like rebrand it and like stray a little bit away from that. So like the
Mhm.
last time I was on it was like maybe a month ago. And I will say that it seemed different this time around from the last time, which was almost years ago that I was on it, because I really got tired of that same nonsense you was talking about, which was guys hitting me up, dick pics, just sexual innuendos, just weird shit. But this time around, I'm telling you, I really did not have that experience.
Okay.
And I did meet a couple people there that I went on dates with, and then I talked to a couple guys from there, like on the phone. But once again, nothing really materialized at
Yeah.
the end of the day.
And that's how I feel like with Hinge. I feel like I meet more quality men as far
Mhm.
as they all have careers and like
Yeah.
good careers. And no, all career. And let me clarify this: everyone wherever you decide to lead your life, as long as you're doing it with fidelity and you are happy
Yes.
when you wake up in the morning, that's an excellent career. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about for me, as far as for me,
Yes.
quality careers as far as the where I'm going, right? Um, and so I do, but it's just like you said, they're not intentional.
Nope.
They're
Yep.
men with a lot of money, and they just want. And I believe it or not, I feel like Black women are fetishized,
Yep.
and men are like, "Oh, I got this beautiful Black woman I can carry on my arm now."
Yeah. It's crazy. And with Hinge too, like, so I was hearing that they like changed it and now you can add like voice memos and stuff. Have you?
And
Yeah.
video call. I got oh my gosh, you know how many times I've been video called like unwanted? I'm like, excuse me, sir. You can't just video call me.
Exactly. I got my bonnet on. I'm in my
Yeah.
robe. Leave me alone. Ask first. Let's schedule a time to FaceTime. Don't be all trying to FaceTime me.
And it's weird because like I said, like, we're not walking around. I got a bonnet on, I got on a robe. You never know what the hell I got going on over here. You just no.
Exactly.
I don't like it. Luckily I'm bald headed now, so it don't matter. I ain't got no hair. So I can walk around and I look the same, just like a boy. So it doesn't matter. But to just I don't like that feature.
Yeah.
They should have a request for video.
Yeah, or schedule.
Yeah.
Pick your time that you guys would like to FaceTime, and then at that designated we'll talk. Don't just be able to call me like that.
I didn't like that. That's one thing I didn't like. I did not like that. But I find it easier now that I'm in the city to meet people outside. So I've strayed away from Hinge because I'm meeting people outside.
How are you doing that? Please tell me
I don't
how.
know. They come up. They just, they're like, hey girl, when you're out, I don't know. I'm talkative. So anybody will tell you, I don't know. I've been like that since I was a kid. I want to know people. I just naturally like to get to know people. So I go out to eat a lot by myself because I'm indecisive. If I go out to eat with other people, I'm considering what you want. And now I'm like, well, what should we do? And it becomes a vicious cycle of what are we eating? If I go out to eat by myself, I know I want crab legs, I'm going here. I know I want this, I'm going here. And I can go eat whatever I want. If I want 10 drinks, no one's judging me. Like I'm chilling. I'm sitting there having my good time, but I'm able to talk to people around me and they pull people in. I don't know why, but I do.
But they do say that, and I've been hearing this a lot lately, that like it is really good if you do want to meet people in person to go out to dinner, go out to like, a local restaurant / bar, sit at the bar top by yourself and like, engage with people around you. They do say that. But it's crazy because I do that, but I feel like people still don't approach me, and I'm wondering if it's because like I give off an aura of don't talk to me.
Do you have resting bitch face?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I really do. I've been told that I do, and it's crazy because a lot of people will be like, "Oh my gosh, the first time I saw you, I thought you were this, I thought you were that," and then I got to know you, and I'm like, "Oh, she's nothing like that at all." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's just because my facial expression, I guess, is kind of intense." But I can't help it.
No, and you know what? The right person will come up and talk to you. If no one's coming, how I feel like the universe is not going to just send anyone your way. You know what I mean? So like when you're supposed to meet somebody, you will. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, if someone's going to come up to you, because you don't want someone coming up to you and then some random ass conversation, are they a weirdo or no? Yeah. Let someone naturally or, have a natural conversation. But trust me, once you start going out more and more by yourself, you'll meet so many people.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to start doing that more because I feel like I do it, but I don't do it enough. So I'm going to start doing it more.
Yeah, you got to be thoughtful. You got to be thoughtful. Like, okay, where can I go? And think about the environment, the place where you're going and things like that. And it makes it easy. They just come up to you.
All right, girl. I'm going to try it and I'm going to keep you updated. Because something got to give. Because the app is not giving.
No, it's not giving what it said it was gonna give. You know, it's not
No.
giving what it was supposed to give. So it's just not.
Girl.
Um, what was your most like thoughtful date during this process?
Girl. My most thoughtful date.
Like the person like really considered you as a person and took you out and just really made you feel like, oh, this was so thoughtful.
Girl, to be honest, I don't think I've ever had one of those. Seriously, and I know that sounds really sad, but
No, it
it's the
doesn't sound
truth.
sad. No judgment.
It's the truth,
Huh.
actually. Like, I think about my dating history, and I think about all the guys that I've been out with, and I can't really say that any of them have really tried to really, really, really get to know me as a person and who I am, and curate a date for me. Like, for example, I saw a TikTok where this guy, and I don't know if he was actually in a relationship with the girl or if this was
Mm-hmm.
just a girl that he was really, really interested in and he wanted to take her out, but um that's neither here nor there. The guy basically said that he was going on a date with a girl and he knew that she was into interior design. He
Mm-hmm.
found this place, I don't even know what city it was in, but he found this place that had like a whole, it was like an interior design museum type of thing, and he took her there and he took her out to eat and for drinks afterwards. And I'm like, see, like that is it right there. Someone getting to know you as a person, getting to know what it is that you like, and saying, that's what I want to do for her or for this person. I want to curate an event or a date or something that she will or he will feel like, damn, like this person really paid attention to what I said and what I liked and got to know me and curated something just for me. Girl, I don't think I've ever had that.
No. Well, you know, guys, if y'all gonna be dating Zach, okay, because she too fine, y'all need to find ways to be more thoughtful, intentional. Y'all need to be listening to what she has going on and what she likes or what she deserves. So her dates, everybody just don't want to go out and eat. You know,
Girl.
we're watching our figures, all right. Think about what it is that you want. No, oh.
How about for you?
Well, well, for me, I have had some thought, and I know this sounds weird, and I think it's because I date a lot of others, and they are more intentional.
Yeah.
It's not for clout or to be
Yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah.
But as of recently, not too long ago, I had someone who I actually went out on a date with again. He, I love In and Out. Well, not In and Out specifically, the animal fries. And I love to go to just like random looking points. I love being by the water, and I love like just anything that's calm, looking at the water, looking at bridges, looking at sights.
Yeah.
And one day I had like a really bad day, and we were both at this. He's a chef at bar frequent, bar slash restaurant. And I was just having a terrible day. I was there with my friends, and he was like, why are you so sad? I told him. He was like, well, you know what? Let's go to the looking points for the bridge. And we drove. He got me a drink to go, because you can do little drinks to go. Out in the bay, he got me a drink to go, and we went to all the looking points and like Koi Tower and all the things for the Bay Bridge, not the for the Golden Gate Bridge. Sorry, not the Bay Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge. And we went to all the different looking points, especially like Koi Tower and all the different places, and took pictures. And then we went to In and Out, got hot chocolate and animal fries, and sat at the last looking point, and just it was a whole bunch of different couples, and we sat by the water and just relaxed and talked. And that made my entire night. I felt like a little girl. Like it was just my entire night. Just listened.
Yeah, girl, that is so beautiful. Like, oh my gosh, that is. But see, girl, that's the thing right there. It's like that is somebody who was intentional. That is someone who listened to you. Someone who also, like, I think people forget that, like, it doesn't have to be you spending thousands of dollars or even hundreds of dollars on the damn date. It's about the intentionality behind it. The person wanting to put a smile on your face, like literally, like, because that is so simple. But like somebody who's not like listening to you and not creative or intentional would never think about that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's
This
so
man may have.
beautiful.
I think he probably spent all of $15, and I was the happiest girl in the world.
Exactly. Exactly. Wow. So
So
please tell me you're going on a third date or fourth date with him.
yeah, we are going on a third date next week. We
Okay,
are.
good.
We are. We are. That has been a success. That has been a success.
Yes.
Now, I even though I've had Have you ever had a date where you felt embarrassed by your date?
mm, I feel like I've had dates where like, oh yeah, I have. Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking about it right now. How about you? Have you?
Yes.
Oh, you want me to tell you?
Yes. Yes, that's why we're here. We want to hear it. We want to
This
know.
one was like, I feel like it was embarrassing for him, but he didn't realize how embarrassing it was for him. So, a guy I was seeing, this was our second date, and we went to this place in Philadelphia called Little Nona's. Really, really good Italian food. I got all dressed up, and we went out, and we're sitting there. We order our food. Things are going smoothly thus far. And then he just gets into talking about himself and some experience that had happened to him as to how he got to where he is today. But like, girl, it was just a very, very dull story. And it was very, very sob like, oh, he's trying to make me feel bad for him. And he took up the entire date talking about himself. And this was a guy who I noticed, you know, throughout us talking and the first date, he didn't really get like I said, he didn't really ask me questions to get to know me. And then here we are out on our second date, and you're talking about yourself, and you're giving me this long-winded, drawn-out story, and I'm clearly no longer interested in it. I'm looking around, I'm sighing, I'm not even really saying anything to you. And can you believe some guy who was coming in the restaurant to pick up a to-go order, some older white man must have saw how bored I looked, and in the middle of the guy telling the story, the guy leans down, like the white guy who came in the restaurant leans down, puts his head like almost in front of my date, and goes, "Sorry to interrupt, but you're just so gorgeous." And I was like, ooh, like cringe, because it was like, thank you for the compliment, but clearly you felt like I needed saving or something. Because
he felt comfortable. He was like, oh, she's not worried about that, man.
He's like, clearly this guy doesn't know what he's doing, because this beautiful lady looks the least bit interested in what he's saying, and he can't even take a hint, and he's still fucking going a mile a minute. So let me interject here.
Let me shoot my shot real quick.
Yeah, so to me, I felt like for him that was embarrassing, but I feel like he lacked so much self-awareness that he didn't even realize that, like, he fucked up, because even after that he kept telling the story, and it took up the entire date, like nothing about me, only talking about him. And I think afterwards, after he was finally done, I was just like, okay, so now do you want to hear anything about me? And he was like, oh no, I'll just get to know you as we go along.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why he was never saw. You never saw him again.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, that is disgusting. Oh,
yep.
No, well, just no.
Oh,
okay. I would have been silently getting my to-go box. Checking for my Uber every 2 minutes. Like, all right, I had a wonderful time.
You stay blessed. You stay blessed.
And men don't realize how embarrassing they are. As of recently, and I told this on the Tequila Tuesday, but I'm still embarrassed about it to this day. Yeah. I had secondhand embarrassment. Oof. I went on a date with this guy, and he's Italian, so I knew he was gonna be short. You know, I didn't know. You know, I was not expecting no. You know, Italians. You know, some tall, handsome. I knew he was gonna be short. You know, that's how they make them. Yeah. So when we FaceTimed, he had on his chef jacket, so he looked like he worked out Because,
Yeah.
you can't really see. I was like, oh, he works out. Okay, that's nice. He
Mhm.
wasn't the most handsome man in the world, but I don't care about that. I care more about, well, no, I do. But I feel like he was a kind person. Like he was, kind.
Yeah.
So we get to the date, girl. He has on, it looked like a hat from like Universal. It was like Infinity Stones. It was gold. It was shiny. And it had Infinity Stones, if I'm not mistaken, all around the hat.
Stop playing with me. Please stop playing with me.
Then he had on, his outfit was nice if he didn't have on the Infinity Stones hat. It made him look like a special needs child, or yes, like he had special needs. Because then in real life, he kind of looked like not chubby, but just like he wasn't put together right. It all up. So he was fugly. He was fugly in person, and his pictures were old. Now, when I met him in person, I realized his pictures were not up to date. It was younger him, and which I get. He probably was like, okay, I look like this now, and this is what I used to look like, and I want to, impress,
attract people. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's wrong to do, because that's not what you look like now.
Exactly.
And now we're at this food festival, and the niggas was out niggering, okay? Looking fine as hell. And then their friends, who are others, was out there niggering too, because they was looking fine along with them. And I'm here with Igor.
Oh my gosh. Not Igor.
I put my glasses on. I had on my party hat. For those of you who may be tuning in for the first time, my party hats are my wigs, because I'm bald. So my wigs are my party hats. I had on my party hat. I had on my glasses and a mask. I looked like a wig and a crop top and pants. You didn't know what I looked like.
And that was by design, because she was not trying to let people know it was her. I was not there.
I did not want people knowing who I was, because it's the Bay is big, small.
Yeah.
Small, big. And they were like, oh, I remember her. She was with that. People were literally looking at him and looking at me in confusion. And to the point where he picked it up. And he was like, why is she looking at me like that? What, does she think I can't get a woman like you? And I was like, no.
Shit.
They're being, there's some people are rude, some people are mean. Don't pay any mind to that, because I didn't want him to feel, anyway, because he was nice the entire time. He brought beautiful flowers. He was a complete gentleman, paid for my parking. We had a great time, but it was to the point where people were staring at us so much that I had an anxiety attack.
Oh my God, that's so awkward. Oh my goodness.
I had to have my girls come. I was like, where y'all at?
Come help me. I need help.
Help me. Nigga. Like, I was just like, I was so distraught, to the point where my whole destroyed, because I felt so, and I know that's wrong to do, but I was embarrassed.
Yeah, it's like secondhand embarrassment. And like, let's not forget, like, that's almost kind of like a catfish in a way. You were catfished.
Yeah. I was. And at a food festival.
And everybody like food. So everybody and their mama was probably at that festival.
Okay. And they were all fine too. And that's the sad part. I could have been out here with my girls and snatched me one of them joints that was walking through there.
Right.
But I'm with Oompa Loompa. Girl, I would never get over that. I would be embarrassed I would be 89 and in the nursing home, and they asked me what is one moment I regret, and that would be it. I would still remember. I would still remember that day and that hat.
Oh my gosh.
I can't. Speaking of catfish, have you ever been catfish?
I sure as hell have. I remember it was at the beginning of the pandemic. I was so embarrassed. I think I only told one of my friends this. So if any of my girls are listening to this and you're like, when did this happen? Bitch, I was embarrassed, okay? So So basically, it was at the beginning of the pandemic, and I was on one of those sites. I think it was actually BLK. And I met a guy, and he looked like I on his excuse me, his BLK profile. I'm like, all right, he's not typically what I would go for. He's not the cutest of the bunch, but he looks good. Like, he keeps a clean shave, has a nice little beard, dresses very well, and he appears to have money. And I believe he said he was like a lawyer or something with IT. So like he had money. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. He don't gotta be freaking what Tyrese Gibson in the face and body, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I start talking to the young man, and I'm like, oh shit, like he's actually really cool. Like we're hitting it off. Conversation is great. He texts, he calls, he, has good like jokes, like, the banter is there. And we talked on the phone a few times. It was good. And I do remember one time he said something weird, like, oh, like, have you ever been the type to meet somebody and then not like them afterward? And I thought it was weird that he said that, but I just was like, maybe he just, really likes me and wants to make sure that when we meet, like, I'm not just gonna ghost him or something, because I don't know. So we decided to meet up. This was when everything was closed, girl. I lived in South Jersey. I decided to meet up with him, and I said, he lived up in North Jersey where I'm originally from. So I'm like, oh, like I have some business to attend to at my old house up in North Jersey. So like when I come up there, I'm also like, let's plan to meet up. So he was like, okay, cool. So I let my family know where I was going. If it wasn't for the pandemic, I would have never went to his house, honestly. So I went there, and girl, I really, truly could not believe that this was the man. He looked terrible. He looked like, first of all, very like, I'm trying to find the right words. He didn't even look like he could have been the same person at all. His personality seemed different. He was very, very, very nerdy looking. Didn't dress well. And his place was nice. His hair wasn't cut. Looked like he barely brushed his teeth. Girl, I was there for all of like 15 minutes, and I told my sister, like, please call me and tell me that something bad has happened so I could get the fuck up out of here. And yeah, girl, my sister came in clutch, and I left, and I never talked to that man again.
Oh my, now that was so he was using somebody else's profile. He probably was all of those things, but was that.
But the thing is, like, okay, so the weird thing is, like, it looked like his face kind of looked like him, but it didn't look like him at the same time. And then it was like, I feel like he presented a version of himself online that was not who he was at all in real life. Okay. Like, I thought he would have been more masculine. He was very like nerdy and beta. Like, I thought he would have been more like an alpha male.
I don't know. I like nerds. I am.
I'm a girl, not in a good way. Like, I like nerds too, but it was like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just like he was just not given at all.
What he gave on Black?
Not at all. Because he looked kind of nerdy on there too, but it was like a hot nerdy.
Did he look like Norbit?
Yes, he looked like something like that, like real nerdy in real life. Like he never would have never, like, if I saw him in real life before I met him on the app and with the pictures he presented, I wouldn't even look twice at him. Oh my goodness. That type of nerdy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, real life horror story.
Yeah. No. See, y'all can't be out here catfishing. They can't be doing that. No, thank you. That's what little Igor did to me.
Little Igor?
That's what it was. He looked like Igor. Yeah. Oh, see, y'all gotta be real. Like, I don't know. Like, what I do on the social media sites, because I do have pictures that I have filters on, because filters are nice. Yeah. But I always make sure I always put up like a good amount of pictures so people can see, because I look different all the time because I'm the jack of all hair. Like my hair,
Yeah.
I'm a different. It depends on what party hat on. Like I don't today. I'm a whole different person. So
Yeah.
I make sure I put up pictures that are not with filters so people can see what I really look like, because I don't want you to think that this filter person is who you're gonna meet. I want you to
Exactly.
see like this is who I am, and then I put the filter ones after so you can see like, oh, those are filters. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Mm-hmm.
my main profile is always a non-filter pic, so
Gotcha.
that way you can know what I look like. Because sometimes I feel like the filters sometimes distort your looks a little bit. You go back and look like, I don't know if I look like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's real.
So my profile pictures of anything, even on social media, are not filtered because I
Mm-hmm.
want you to know what I look like.
Yeah,
If
like
you,
this is me. This
this
is the real
is
me.
me, and that's filter. So
Mm-hmm.
so people need to start doing that, because that's not fair. Because you can fall in love with someone's personality, and looks aren't everything.
Yeah.
Looks are not everything, but for some people they are, and that's
Mm-hmm.
wrong to do. Like
Mm-hmm.
the guy that I've been, I think I like. I don't know yet, but it's moving a little something. You know, I think he's handsome. To somebody else, he may not. You know what I mean? Like to me, he's
Yeah.
really tall, big. He look like give you Thor vibes. Real tall,
Ooh.
blonde hair, blue eye, long hair,
Mm-hmm.
just big man, big hands, big feet, just big. And that's the way I like him. I
Yeah.
don't really like short men. So for Igor to, for me to give him a try and for him to do that to me was wrong.
Exactly, girl.
And I told him I don't date short men. And he was like, oh, trust me, you're going to have a good time. And look. Mm-mm.
And I also had an experience too where a guy lied to me about his height on the dating app. So on the dating app, it said that he was 6 foot.
Mm.
And I went on a date with him. He was very cute in person, very
Mm.
handsome. But that man was like 5'6", 5'7", girl.
Yeah, they love to lie. They
I'm
love to
like, what's
lie.
the point of that? Like, especially if we're gonna meet in person, what is the point of lying about your height? Like, I'm a small woman anyways. I'm only 5'1". So it's kind of like you could have just been upfront and been like, oh, and by the way, I'm not really 6'1".
Yeah. Like, tell the truth. Like,
That's
tell
what
the
I'm
truth.
saying.
Mm-mm. Now, do you feel social media has impacted like people's perception of like how dating is supposed to be, or how they're supposed to, portray themselves?
Yes, most definitely. I feel like social media is like a big driving force behind a lot of things in our culture these days.
Mm-hmm.
And dating is not, off limits when it comes to that. So, we have people, when it comes to dating, they're wanting somebody they just met to be buying them Birkin bags and, buying them a brand new freaking car and stuff like that, or designer stuff. And I'm not saying there's men out there that will not do those things,
But
but
it's not a lie, honey.
yeah, it's not a lot. And then also too, like, does that mean that the guy sucks just because he's not giving you wads of cash or on the first or second date or buying you designer things? No, let's be real. Not everybody can afford that stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
not everybody's going to just give those things up freely to somebody they just met, no matter how beautiful you are, period. So I think that is a big thing that we're seeing nowadays, people having unrealistic expectations. And then also too, like, this whole thing where it comes couple goals and
Yes.
Sierra's prayer and all of that stuff. It's like, okay, we all want to have this idealized relationship, but one, are you ready for those types of relationships? Are those even the types of guys that you would really actually want to be in a relationship with? Talking about like the Russell Wilson types of guys. And
No,
like,
I couldn't be with Russell Wilson. And he's
exactly.
probably an amazing man, but I'm not churchy. So he would be so mad at me because I'm not gonna get on my knees and pray with you. You're gonna be praying, I'm gonna be looking right at you. And you're gonna be so mad. Like it's not gonna work.
Exactly, girl. So there's so many things that I feel like social media has like kind of gotten in our head over about, the expectations of a relationship and what a relationship is supposed to be, how dating is supposed to be. And I really try to rein myself in and remind myself that one, a lot of these things we see on relationships, including the couple goals, are not real. It's a lot
It's
of
the picture.
fronting. and two, my time will come.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about it.
I do. And like a lot of people, like when my friends say, "Oh, what do you think about that?" It's like I don't think
Mhm.
about it. And they're like,
Yeah.
"Well, why don't?" Because I don't want that. Like
Yeah.
I'm different. I'm so aligned. Like yes, I'm unhappy with my career. I talk about it all the time. But as far as myself and who I am, I'm so aligned. I'm so fulfilled. I'm grateful for everything. I am happy, and no one is just gonna come in and disrupt my peace. And I don't want an artificial person because I'm not an
Exactly.
artificial being.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
people never even know. I had a home. Every man I've been with, I don't think social media have ever even seen. You can't even see who I'm with. You see his hand, maybe a picture on a story, but like I'm
Mhm.
not even just a let people in type of person.
Person. Yeah.
So when I'm with someone, I want them to be for real because I come with a lot of bullshit.
Mhm.
I got a lot of shit with me. And not
Yeah.
even that, I'm different. I'm spiritual and I'm an empath. So I can't just let anyone in. So I don't need no social media goals.
Exactly, girl. And that's my thing. It's like, I don't want any the relationship or like the big wedding just because that's what everybody has. Like I just want a person who is going to be there for me, somebody I can do things with, someone who respects me, is kind to me, and listens to me. That's really
Mhm.
just what I want. And when you get out there and you know what you're looking for, and you have like kind of like this mental idea of who this person is, girl, it's hard to find. It's really hard
It,
to find.
it is. Now, so are you dating for like a relationship or are you dating right now just to figure out what you want?
So I definitely am open to a relationship, and that is what I want.
Okay.
I have been single for 5 years, and I think I talked about it on the last show
Mm-hmm.
that we did together. My last
Mm-hmm.
relationship was very tumultuous and very abusive, and so I took my time between that relationship and where I am today to give myself time to have fun, to give myself time to do the work, give myself time to just be.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, okay, I'm never going to be perfect. I could do as much work as I can, but I'm never going to be 100% because nobody is. So me waiting for that moment when I feel like, oh, I'm 100% healed, and then I'm gonna get in a relationship, I'll be waiting for never because it's not gonna
Okay.
happen. So feel like at this point right now, I'm ready to date seriously in a committed relationship. I'm ready, willing, open, and I'm trying to attract that, but just haven't found it yet.
And it will come to you. Even though the dating pool got pee in it, it will come to you. And that's how I feel like. I feel like I want a relationship, but I want a relationship with the right person, and I'm not willing to compromise. So I will take my
Exactly.
time. I will be intentional. I won't. I will avoid bullshit. And if the
Hmm.
right person comes along, well, right now I think I'm dating a good quality person, but we'll
Yeah.
see. You never know. You never
Hmm.
know. But I'm going to stay positive and
Yeah.
see where it goes with how it's going,
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm putting good vibrations out to you, to me, sending them to me, and sending it out to all you ladies out there, or men,
Yes.
all you,
Mm-hmm.
all you people,
Mm-hmm.
because gender is relative now. So
Exactly.
I'm sending good vibrations out to everyone who is dating and is in this PP dating pool. Okay.
Yes. Good luck to all of us.
Thank you so much, Zach, for coming back and sharing with us your stories of this dating pool and how's it going for you and letting us into your world over there on the East Coast.
Yes, most definitely. Thank you again for having me. And I hope that I didn't come off too negative. I was just
Not
speaking
at
from
all.
my experience. And I
Not at all.
hope that all of my single people out there do not give up hope. Keep searching. Keep your standards high. You'll eventually find someone who can meet them.
And
Thank you
be
so much for
happy.
having me. Yes, period.
Oh, and please make sure to tell people where to find you just in case they do not follow me on Instagram and they do not get your handle.
Okay, so you can follow me at Wine Down Wednesday _ on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube at Wine Down Wed, WED. I think it's an underscore after that as well. And then for 20s Hour Pod, spelled exactly the way it's said, on Instagram. And also, like Carmen mentioned at the beginning, you can find me on all streaming platforms for
Yeah.
20s Hour Pod.
Yes. And don't forget that tomorrow is Tequila Tuesdays on Instagram Live. Bring your tequila. Be prepared to laugh and join me and my friends with some hot topics, hot tea, and some bull crap, whatever it is. We don't know because there's always a rose and a thorn. And please share Where Did I Put My Glasses with your family and friends. Click follow or subscribe on your preferred podcasting platforms to stay updated on the latest episodes. And give me 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, guys. You know you want to. Also go to wheredidiputmyglasses.com for information on me, to make suggestions for future shows, and to sign up to be on our email list. And to interact with me directly, go to Instagram or Facebook at wheredidiputmyglasses.com. Again, for your thoughts, questions, or comments on today's episode. Bye.